Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm currently working on two tall and skinny journals. These are made from vintage quilt. I just had some pieces that I got from Rachel and Bella Crafts quite a while ago. They were selling them on their Instagram. I want to say it was at least a year ago, if not longer than that. Anyway, and yeah, I wanted to wait for the right project, and then I thought actually they're going to make really cute tall and skinny journals. So I've got two of them, and as you can see we're going very pink. Pink and botanicals and flowers and all of that. And near the middle, so this is, I haven't got that stuck down yet. This is sort of the centre of this one, and this one is this. Nice pretty papers. And I've put those onto some very thin book page text. I thought this was kind of cool. It was like the index of a map. And I thought we would use that as our base to do some collaging. That's what I was thinking. So I'm just going to pop those away. I just wanted to show you that that's kind of the project I'm working on at the moment. So yeah, as I say, we've just got this really thin paper. I think that's two book pages glued together, I think, and then the kit page. And so as a page, it feels, you know, perfectly strong. And we're going to add more to it. So I thought we would do some collaging. Okay, so I'm just going to go one at a time to start with. So this is one of the Secret Garden pages that I've got. So I kind of want to give them this kind of a look, but I want to make sure I'm tearing the right kind of way. I don't know whether to go. Yeah, I think I want the more of this at the bottom. So I'm just kind of making it up as I go, really. And then I'm thinking we'll have like a label and some kind of floral on it. So I'm gonna go with that, and then, oops, I want the same sort of thing for this one. So again, if I I'm just gonna go for it, really. That's kind of cool, going across the middle. I like that. So let's just tear the top off. I think I'm going to make it ever so slightly narrower so I can see more of that cool book page. That's it. Well, that looks looking really cool. I like that. And then want to tear across there. I'll neaten them all up in a minute anyway. I just want to get the initial thought down. So that we've got that and that looking good. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I appreciate that because the pages are quite large, it's tricky to get you all in, but I think we're in. So I've got that, and then I want to use this other sheet so that they're not exactly the same. So I'm quite liking this diagonal thing, so can I do that again? Do you think? So just going to tear that, and then like that, and then if I go that way, I think that will look better. And I just want to take the top off. What do you think? Oh, actually I quite like the bottom, so I'm going to keep the bottom on. That's fine. So that's going to go across like that. Yeah, I think that's going to look fun. Do I want it the other way? No, I definitely prefer it that way. Okay, so that's that one. Just get rid of that piece. And then for this one, I want to do this triangle look, which I'm thinking, that's a bit short, I think. So let's go for this. So I'm just gonna, again, just tearing. I'm gonna tear backwards. I'm trying to tear backwards. It's just that's it. Yeah, that's gonna look really nice. Okay, so right, I'm just gonna grab my trimmer because some of it I want to trim off the white borders. So I'm just gonna trim this bottom. Yeah. I'm not gonna get that in the trimmer, am I? I'm gonna grab my long metal ruler and I'm going to see if I can go down here. I keep forgetting that these are tall and skinny journals and that I can't just put the papers through my, you know, my normal trimmer. That's fine. That's worked just fine. So I'm going to put that away. Sorry, crash bang wallop. Okay, so, right, that's that one. And then I want to take the top off there. Yeah, that's going to look really fun. So I'm doing it at this stage because I want to sew around my pages, especially ones that I've like glued together and things. So I thought if I get this part done now, I can then sew them with this collaging on it. So part of the collaging will get caught under the sewing machine. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think I just want to take a bit off the top. I'm just going to use my scissors, that'll be fine. Because again, it'll get caught under the sewing. And then just take this bit off here. That's it. So that's that one, and then I'm just going to grab the trimmer for just these white bits at the top and bottom. And then the rest I can do with the tear ruler. So yeah, we're going to get this layer done, and then the next bit will be to find some florals. So I've got some very tall florals from books, like big books, that I'm thinking are going to be just perfect for this. And normally I can't use them unless I'm using them like on a cover or something, because they're so tall. Right, how did I have that? That was this way, wasn't it? Oh, it looks so nice. Really nice paper. As always, I will link the kits that I'm using for my secret garden projects down below for you. Right, that's done. Sorry if it seems like I'm taking ages to do it. It's just, it's because I'm doing 2 journals and yeah, technically 4 pages, but I wanted to do the process with you because although they're going to be similar, there'll be different florals and different labels and things, and I find collaging really, really relaxing. So I'm just going to hit pause whilst I just ink around all of these bits of paper. I'm just using Vintage Photo, and then I need to find my florals anyway, so I'll grab those and then we'll start piecing together what I want the collage to look like. I thought I would get these pieces glued down first, because I'm thinking I might actually stitch around these before adding the florals, because then I'm thinking I can, you know, exactly see how the page is going to look. So it might just help me make decisions over what florals to use. So I'm just using the Collaged to get the bulk of these pieces on. And then if there are any bits that are sticking up, I've been going in with my art glitter glue. So just thought I would get these two done with you. And then I'm going to stitch them and then find the florals and labels and things. I probably need to do a little bit of fussy cutting as well. I just wanted to get the process started so I knew what colours I was working with and, you know, what I was working with. So I'm coming in from the spine just a little bit with this one that's got the straight edges, because where it's a one signature journal, I imagine the spine might be, you know, a little bit rounded, and so I'm thinking by coming in a little bit, it'll give, it'll be easier for it to stay glued down and things. But so yeah, just coming in my little edges. So yeah, so I'm just going to do, I'm trying to decide whether to do a zigzag stitch or a straight stitch around these. I'm tempted to do a zigzag stitch because I actually think that will give some decoration to like the whole look of the page rather than just straight stitched. So I think I might do that. So I'm going to pause now and go and do the stitching. And then when we come back, we'll we'll start getting the florals down. But I'll just show you. I've got a bunch here which may or may not work, but I just wanted to get a feel for how this would look, just so I know what I'm looking for. So I want sort of tall and thin, and I don't want just greenery. I think I want, you know, primarily to be pinks and purples and things. This one might end up being too short, but I've got things like this, you know, where we can obviously cut them a bit better and then have that be something. So I'm going to have a look through my books and get some more options, because I think I'll need some. But yeah, just sort of like the tall thin things. But I don't want them to obviously smother my collaging. I want them to fit in with it. And I'm thinking butterflies. We're going to want some butterflies as well. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to run off and get the stitching done. I also need to have a think about how to cover this up. This was where this paper I was using in the middle wasn't quite big enough. I thought rather than waste it, I'm having a pocket over there anyway, so I need to fill that in before stitching them. But yeah, I think that's going to look, it's going to look lovely. I mean, I like that the book page is coming through with that pretty paper. Easiest pages ever, I think. Yeah, really liking those. So I will be right back. Alright, so it's a new day. I have sewn using cream thread a zigzag stitch all the way around the 2 pages. You probably can't see it, but there you go. And now we're just going to finish off the collaging aspect. So I'll tell you what I've got on my desk. I've got 2 very tall fussy cuts from a book, florals, and 2 shorter ones from the same book. So I'm thinking they'll get one of each size on each page. And I've got some words, numbers, labels, and butterflies. The usual, really. And I have got a tray of things next to me, but I think that's all I'm gonna need. So first things first, I want to decide which, you know, which pages are going to have these tall ones. So I'm thinking I might try for the yellow one on there. I don't know why. I think it's just because it's got the dark pink, which I think works quite well. And I'm thinking maybe this one could have either that one or the tall one. Let's just have a little look. Yeah, I think the tall one is going to look better on there. So let's go with that for now. Right, so what do we want for extras? So This one, because we've got quite a bit of pattern and various things going on, I don't think is going to want much, to be honest. So I want to have a look at some butterflies. I think that'll be my first decision. I mean, there's not really a huge amount of room for, you know, the butterflies to go on really, which is leading me to think maybe this one doesn't need it. So no butterflies for you. So I think maybe we just go really simple with this one and find a number or a label. I've got number 4. Yeah, that's all it needs, isn't it? Hopefully you can see that okay. So in the interest of getting on with it, I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. You know, I think I said in the beginning, so it is a new day, so I can't actually remember what I said in, you know, the first part. But I think I said, you know, this is really simple collage. You know, it's the book page as the base, a bit of digital, and then a fussy cut and a label. It's not, these are not, you know, these are very simple collaged pages. You know, but that digital has a lot on it already, so yeah, just jazzing it up a bit. That's my kind of collage. I don't do well when I have to mix a lot of different things together. I mean, I suppose it depends on the theme and the colours, but a lot of the time when I do collage, I like to keep it simple, because that is just simply what, you know, what works for me. That's that. So just get all that glued down. But it's a good use for these really tall, because these fussy cuts came from a very tall book, and although that, you know, as you can see, some of them are normal sized, these very, very tall pieces were going to be tricky to use, but Tall and Skinny Journal is where it's at for those. Just get the edge there. So yeah, there will be a bit of inking and gluing in this step, but I'm just going to take off that part of my leaf. Oh, and then I think I showed you before, I had a bit of, this was like an off-cut piece of digital. I've just put another one down because when I actually put pocket in, say I use a pocket like this, you can't see it anyway. So I just thought I would share that that's how I fixed that problem. Okay, now where did we say we wanted this? Here. Oh yes, just there is lovely. Yes, I like that. I think that is just the right amount of colour. Yeah, I really don't think that needs anything else. So done. Wonderful. Right, now you. So I'm just gonna cut off a bit of this stalk, because this one is very tall and I want more of the flower in than the stalk. And can you believe, where I've cut it, there was yet more flower at the top, but that works perfectly. Right, so I've got a little bit here. Can you see that bit of yellow? That was from the image that was next to it. And I'm thinking a label would, or a word would cover that up quite nicely. I'll tell you what I am thinking. I'm thinking, what would a definition label look like? I'll just check if I've got one that says like botanical or flower, or I don't know, something like that. I might have used them all, so pollinate maybe. That looks like a flower that bees would like, doesn't it? You have to excuse my frog in my throat. Still have a bit of a cough. Now I'm just grabbing grabbing random things that I think would work, but I'm going with, you know, bigger labels, I think, for this. What's that say? Grass. Right, I think that will do me for now. Let's see what I pulled out. Not quite for there. Well, that says insects. Don't want the insecty one. Oh, sorry if you can hear the hoover going. I think the label is the right thing. I just don't think I've pulled out the right one. It wants being a different size, I think. Alright, I've just stuck that flower down because I know I definitely want it there-ish. I found this number because I do really like the numbers with the florals. And then I thought maybe I could use a butterfly on this one, maybe. Actually, I quite like that. I quite like that. That sort of a thing. Yeah, that'll do me. Okay, let me get these inked and glued down, and then we'll be on to the smaller florals for the other side, which I hope is just as easy. Obviously there'll be more space to fill, but yeah, hopefully that will be just as easy. As I say, very simple way to do collage, but in my opinion, quite effective. And these pages in the journal will just be for looks, for decoration, because the reason I've done a couple of pages like this is obviously I needed tall images, like tall pictures, tall pages. So the book page from the, is it an atlas, a map, something like that, was perfect. But of course I had to turn my digitals a different way round, so I could only use non-directional ones as A4 sheets. You know, which did mean that a lot of them were plainer, I guess. You know, they didn't have images on them apart from, you know, a few florals here and there. So I thought this would be, I'm not making digitals obviously, but I guess this is, instead of using book page, instead of using digitals, you're kind of just making your own bright and colourful, look at me, aren't I pretty pages. So that's those. I think I'm happy. I think I'm really happy. So that's that. Wonderful. So let's, I'm thinking to use this one on here because it's a lot plainer on this one. So if I have it there. And then this one, don't want to take away from the background too much, so maybe that there. I'm just going to see how I feel about that, because I don't know if that's blending in too much on this one. But no, yeah, I think that'll do, that'll do. I'm not making masterpiece of art, that'll do nicely. So I think I want to be about there. Okay, right, and then yeah, I mean really it's the same sort of thing, isn't it? This one can afford to have a bit more interest behind it, so let's grab one of these labels I picked out earlier. Thinking I want it a bit more colour or interest in the background, so the only trouble when I'm using fussy cuts and things. I feel like they get stuck to me. I'm not feeling the circle. I do quite like something up there. But I think that's too much, but I do want something up there, I think. That's okay. And then maybe we could put a butterfly with that. Hopefully you can see all the way up there. Obviously it's it's unusual for me to film with such tall things, because I'm like, oh, I don't even know if I've got you all in. Yes. And then a number, again, a number down here might be good. Just sort of looking to see, you know, what kind of space we've got. I mean, I suppose it's kind of like, you know, identification page with these little numbers that I'm using. So it doesn't bother me that they're the same, because they're going to be, you know, yeah, doesn't bother me. Oh, I just cannot get my words out these days. I was just checking. Yeah. Could do with that being a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And then I don't know if we can, if it's worth having another butterfly. Is that too much? I mean, I like it. That's the point, isn't it? I just worry that, like, what are you actually looking at? You know, there's a lot going on. And funnily enough, I kind of prefer it without the flower now. Actually, which surprises me. I just feel like I like that your eye can rest on that page a little bit. But I do feel like I want something with a bit of colour on it. So I'm looking for that, oh, there it is. Just looking for that label I had earlier. I'm thinking maybe instead of the floral. And as I said, I've said this multiple times, that's the thing with collage, is that, you know, sometimes it goes differently from what you think you're going to do. You know, as you start to work on the page, it can take a different form from what you expect. Oh, I'll tell you, instead of a number, because we haven't got the floral on, I'm going to want to dive into my books of words. I want to say I had one that said butterfly. Actually, oh, what's that? Oh, there's always something to be thankful for. That's nice. Let me just see if I can find a word in this whole hoard of stuff. Okay, let's see what we think to butterfly, seeing as we have got lots of butterflies on this page. But I think that is good. Part of me wants to leave it like that. The other part of me is thinking you want something on it. So we could, yeah, just a sec. Sorry, it's just my husband calling. I think we've got to pick up our dog from the groomers. So I'm going to have to pause there, and I'll come back to this. Yeah, I'm going to have to pause. and have a think about what I want. So I'll be 2 secs. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So I like that. I'm just wondering what it would look like with some coffee stenciling. You know, just in this part where it's maybe a little bit plainer. So I'm going to give it a go, and we're just going to see if that I just felt like it needed something, but the flower from earlier was just too much, I think. And, you know, I don't want the pages to be all exactly the same, you know. Just feel like maybe if I don't overdo it, this will just give it a bit of interest in the background. So let's try that. So let's see what we think. I always forget to use stamps and stencils, but sometimes it's what you need. Because yeah, I'm actually happy with that. So there you go. No flowers on this page. I appreciate, you know, collaging and stuff on video is not I find it tricky to watch, you know, because people are trying to make these decisions and things, but I'm hoping that by showing it, you know, we hope by showing it that it gives ideas and things, and sometimes it just gives you that confidence that, you know, so what, your idea that you had originally doesn't work out, it takes you in a different direction. That's the whole fun of everything that we're doing, isn't it? I think I had that about there-ish. And that's a nice big text. That's from Rach and Bella Crafts, their botanical kit. Nice big text, so it stands out nicely on the page despite the text behind. That's why I went down the route of florals, is because of the text. I didn't think anything else would stand out, but this page is simply a celebration of butterflies. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's that and that. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh, just a bit of rubbish. So yeah, that's obviously much, you know, much brighter. And then we've got the lightness, which is good. I think this journal will be a mix of dark and light. But, you know, different shades of pinks and things. Okay, so that's that. Right, last one then. So, I mean, maybe we don't want to use the floral on this one either then. Because it does sort of, you know, blend in too much, doesn't it? So, do I have enough butterflies? Because again, they're not both going in the same, the pages are not going in the same journal. But, oh, I've got this butterfly. I've got one there. I don't know if that blends in too much though. So let me have I'm gonna have to hit pause again whilst I just kind of root around. You know, I don't really want to use blue. I'm wondering whether brown butterflies might work. But I think I'm going to have to cut some out, so I'll be 2 secs again. Okay, so I've just cut some butterflies out, and again I'm just kind of copying what I did before, really. I've got some nice big words here from Artie Mays. One of these I'm sure would be nice. Just gonna cut this down a bit better. I think I was a bit lazy with my fussy cutting. Listen. I just feel like, yeah, it with the simple butterflies on these pages, I just feel like it just allows your eyes just to rest that little bit, doesn't it? compared with the busyness of the florals from before. Because I do like my journals to be a mix of, you know, the brightness and fun, and but also that chance just to, yeah, give your eyes a breather, so to speak. And things like this where, you know, you've got a word or something, just allows it to stand out, I think. So I'm pretty happy with that. So let me get these stuck down, and then we'll review what the pages look like. And what you can see here when I'm doing the words is I'm bringing them over the book page. I do that a lot with my collaging because I feel like it builds it out and makes it all become part of the picture, as opposed to just, I just added a word. You know, it becomes part of what you've already got there. So just in case anyone, you know, that's just what I do. And I have that one up there. And yeah, this one's already got lots of florals on it anyway, so I don't feel the need to do any stenciling on this page. There we go. Yeah, I'm really happy with those pages. So let me just move a few things out of the way, get my pin back in my glue. So this is this one. So we've got, there you are, and then tale of two stories, isn't it? But that's kind of how these journals are coming out, really. And there's that one. Again, the brightness from the florals and the toned downness from the toned down idea from the butterflies. Yeah, I think those go nicely. So there you go, that is those. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the process come together. As I say, really simple collaging, just with a few focal points and words and numbers, and well, you've seen what I've just done. So yeah, just really simple. And you know, I hope this gives you some ideas of a page idea for your tall and skinny journals, because they are tricky to decorate, and come up with you know, ideas for like ephemera and stuff, because we're not used to working with tall and skinny, but it is actually really fun. So so that's those, and I think they were going to go in the centre of my book, so might as well put them in. So I think this one was this one, so let me just show you how they're gonna look. Yeah, and I had just a tea dyed page next to it, so there you are. We've got you know, the brightness. I think that was to go there. I don't know if I'm having this in the middle. This is a doily notebook thing. I might change my mind, but you know, originally I had that in the middle, but I might change my mind, the usual. And then that's that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. And then this page will have a bit of stenciling on. I could even do some tea ring stenciling on this page just to bring that over. So that looks good. Okay, happy. Fingers crossed we like the other one as well. I don't know if I'm using that now, but yeah, again, I used tea dyed papers. So this time you get the butterflies first, and then I'm going to have some kind of pocket there to cover that up, and then you've got the brightness on this side. But colours wise, I mean, if you look, you can see from the vintage quilt, you know, it's got light and dark colours in it. So that's kind of what I wanted to reflect inside, was, you know, the lightness and the darkness as well. It goes that way. Yeah, I'm really happy with those. Believe it or not, I think I actually prefer the butterfly pages, and I didn't think I was going to, but I think I do. Anyway, that's those. I hope you've enjoyed seeing those come together. I hope it's given you some ideas, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching and keeping me company. Speak to you soon then. Bye bye everybody.